if a person has an insulinoma, that's like the worst person to adopt a low-carb diet. So she happened to describe a person who would probably be the worst individual. So an insulinoma, she describes a neuroendocrine cancer. An insulinoma is an insulin-secreting tumor. So usually it's the pancreas, which for those watching is here again. Imagine that a part of the pancreas is expanding with a tumor, but it's filled with cells that make insulin. So it's a bunch of beta cells, which are the cells that make insulin. And this is a guy who can't stop making insulin. Suffice to say, if you now cut your carbohydrate consumption and you're continuing to make tons of insulin, which is not normal. So what would have happened in him, he cuts his carbohydrates, but he can't stop making insulin. So now it's actually back to that diet that I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, where the people were eating a high carb version or a low carb version of a diet. When you spike insulin, you lower both glucose and ketones. And that's what happened to him. He would have become hypoglycemic, and he would almost never make any ketones because he always has high insulin. And so he would have been depriving his brain of its two fuels in lowering the glucose by pushing it into muscle and fat and blocking the liver from making ketones. So he's the worst person. But if a person has an insulinoma, that's like the worst person to adopt a low-carb diet. They have to eat carbs because they're always making insulin. They can't stop.